Today, my friends, will be a real test of what we can achieve here in Crusader Kings 3, and if it ends up being terribly, the whole thing will be scrapped for reasons I'm about to explain. We are going to be role-playing more accurately than ever before. Why? Well, we are, of course, playing as an intelligent man in a genius man's world, and in fact, far beyond that, of course, erudite now, giving everyone +7. We are the slow and the cumbersome. And this is a fantastic roleplay opportunity for me personally, because I have not slept since last episode. I hurt my neck like a few days ago now, at the beginning of this week or last week, or I don't even remember anymore. And since then, I think I've barely had any sleep whatsoever, and then last night I just gave up. So I am running on less than empty. I'm on my 4th or 5th wind at this point, much as I believe so would be Duke Þarþuþhaþhi. Now, as someone quite rightly pointed out in the comments, this is a man who has been told since he was a child that he will be the one to do everything. He will be, you know, the whole future rests on his shoulders. He doesn't quite understand it. He's still an intelligent elf, but by elven standards, he's a bit of an idiot, rather sadly. He might not see the grand machinations of Elrond and Smeagol, who have seemingly abandoned him and left him to his own devices. Now, sure, he's doing well, because, of course, he is still very, very good in his own right, in a very narrow field. But this is a man who will most likely have, again, as this comment quite rightly points out, a little bit of imposter syndrome. He's been built up to be this child of destiny, this lord. Maybe all he wants to do is swing a sword about and not dive into all of this stuff. And that is a fun way to play him. Especially leads into his humility as well. I think that's a good idea. However, we continue with, of course, the great journey of reuniting proving ourselves worthy, reuniting our Egyptian provinces, which is going extremely well. I think we can very safely say that. We've netted a huge amount of cash. We've managed to net a couple of extra duchies. I think we have claims on one as well, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, not yet. Okay, so we'll get back to work on that one and see if we can tidy things up over the course of today, or see whether or not I collapse at my desk, foaming up the mouth. Now, I feel like in retrospect, yesterday's episode, even though no one directly said it, was a little bit controversial. The only direct thing that I definitely agree that I misplayed was the university. I chose the wrong option. Somebody said you didn't even bother reading the options, and that is true, because I've read them 1,000 times before in 1,000 series, and it gets a little bit old after a while, and I mix them up in my brain. Again, lack of sleep this week. Let's chalk it up to that. So that was definitely a misplay, but the rest of it, of course, is up to you to interpret whether or not you like the story or not. But this is ultimately how our story is played out, right? Smeagol thrusting this kid into the limelight, into the greatness, and arguably into the greatest trial he'll ever face early on, so that we can consolidate and, of course, move us to a new era. Speaking of which, the portal, a wonder of our age. Now, honestly, I think that we're going to leave it because, so as someone quite rightly pointed out in the comments, it might be a better crowning achievement for this guy. For a duke, an upstart duke who's victorious and becoming quite a legend, this would be better played off eventually, right? Do it as the crowning, kind of the cherry on the cake, right? The crowning jewel on his kingdom, hopefully. I think that's something we'll keep on the back burner, because we have plenty to do as it is without kind of shuffling in something else as well and overwhelming the whole situation. I haven't got the brain width for that today. So, what do we need to do urgently right now? We need to give away some titles. I guess I will just go to whatever is the less developed stuff and just pass that on to people, eh? Sorry, did I see that right? You had a level 5 diplomacy education. What the hell? Erudite, Herculean, comely. There it is. Again, we are the stupidest elf in a sea of hyper-intelligent characters. But the fact of this guy, how has he ended up with that? Is it possible to get a level 5 education from a random outcome? Because it certainly seems that way. Maybe that's a consequence of erudite? I don't know. I really should look into it. Again, the new DLCs have certainly fallen past me a little bit. So, we've got 3 duchies left to get. We've got this duchy over here. We've got the Eastern Desert as well. And then, of course, this province over here, Sinai, which is under Valois, we never had. So, we've almost caught back up with where we left off. And, of course, this guy's the one to kind of solidify his legitimacy. So, I think we've done pretty well there. You're already working on that, right? Where are you working right now? What? Sorry, why? What? Where are you? In the county of where? Huh. It's strange how clicking on it didn't take us to where she was, but that's okay. Maybe she's doing it by a messenger pigeon or messenger camel or something to that effect. Got a little bit of a control issue, and of course we probably should immediately fire off a feast. I think that's a good idea. Now, bear in mind, if I swap him over to control, we are going to lose our stacking bonus, right? Currently 0%. Yeah, that's okay. So before we launch any other major wars, we should let him tick back up to that extra 21% knight effectiveness. Fair enough. You can start work on that. Culture is still not entirely converted. Really? That's fascinating. And then, obviously, we're not going to do any religious conversions for the time being. The other big thing is people are saying we should continue with the marriages, and I totally agree. I was going to wait and see how this situation played out first, again, so we're not overwhelming the situation. We did, in fact, of course, get that daughter with the bloodline, so that's something. What is the other bloodline we need? House Gwynthorne, that's right. Let's see if there is anyone kicking around. We did do a little bit of Gwynthorne breeding. Gwyn, I presume it's spelled like that? Gwynthorne? House? Ah, here we are. House Gwynthorne. Unmarried? Oh, hello. Well, this worked out quite well. Holy shit. And in fact, by marrying one of these, I mean, Aphroditic, of course, is going to be, I think, arguably more important than anything else. Fertility, 40%. If we could get that plus, I mean, it's only 10% difference, but the Erudite would more than round out his failing, wouldn't it? Okay, and bear in mind, we can take 3 extra wives, so this shouldn't be a struggle. Let's go for, well, firstly, someone who can get married. You're beautiful and intelligent. You're just beautiful. So let's go for Evendra Fauca-Hyanda. Some distant relative. My God. Failmia's granddaughter. I have no idea what kind of relation we are there. Is she ill? What's wrong with her? Oh, she's quite literally just ill. Spark Prodigy, and she is a high elf, which is always quite nice. She's a fornicator, so, you know, maybe a little bit controversial here. The controversial king continues his, or the controversial pharaoh, perhaps, as he might end up styling himself. Takes another one. Ah, Duke Kalanor became the dynasty head. Really? Good lord, he's a chip off the old block, isn't he? My God. Well, I can really see the family resemblance. Oh, it's Galador's son. Galador was, of course, Þarþuþhaþhi's grandson. I remember him from our dalliances back over in the UK. And as someone quite rightly pointed out in the comments as well, minus 45 prestige per month was almost totally mitigated by that adventurer trait we had before. When we got up to, I don't remember how it was we got it, but obviously just going on any old adventures would do it for us. We should dump a bunch of cash into that, if only to get the man-at-arms upkeep benefit from it. Because that would be, I mean, when you're hemorrhaging 45 prestige per month, we're at minus 906. That seems like it could be very, very, very valuable to us. So we go on expeditions. University visit, of course, we can't do for a long time. Expeditions, though, I think we want to be firing off left, right, and center, especially if we're just sat here waiting for... Especially if we're just sat here waiting for claims to kick through, right? Feast first and foremost. That's hard to say. Let's see if we can get that going immediately. Ooh, hello. King Valandor the Wolf of Frisia. Oh, look at you. Elf blood? Spa Prodigy? Okay, sure. You can be our guest of honor. That could be a nice ally to have, huh? Espouse legitimacy might not be bad for a man who might be struggling with his... Not necessarily his identity, but certainly his purpose in the world. It'd be nice if I could check him without closing all these menus down. Excuse me. Can I see... I would like to see myself. Hold on. There we are. What is your legitimacy right now, my friend? 5 out of 5. Probably not necessary. Oh, no. He's all the way up there, probably because we've won so many bloody wars. What about his stress level? I imagine he is somewhat stressed. We can always fire it off like this and then cancel it afterwards. Oh, no. He's totally fine. All right. I guess we'll go back to befriending someone then. We could try and befriend King Valandor. Well, there's also King Arathorn, King of Beauty and Noblesse of Spain. Interesting. You know what? Is he an elf? He's not an elf. Okay, forget that then. You're in the bin. Valandor. We're going to double down on Valandor. Jesus, that's a mighty horse to be carrying such a mighty man. We have a lovely time ahead of us. 10 months until it begins. Let's go ahead and sort some other nonsense out in the meantime here. Lots and lots of money coming in from all of our many, many wars. You claim your liege's title. Is it Egypt? It is. Well, what we could do is, it's definitely worth the prestige, isn't it? 2,200 prestige. Get a claim on it, then we petition him, and then of course, if we own the entirety of de jure Egypt, chances are he'll just give it to us. It's very, very likely he'll give it to us, especially if he likes us, which I assume he does. Let's go ahead and sort out some of this other stuff. We've lost some of our accolades. Accolades are going to be, of course, much more powerful. I haven't really mentioned this before, because I think it's kind of implicit. Much more powerful than they normally are, because your accolade holders are going to live for so much longer, and of course, it's on succession that you lose the glory, right? So even though I'm not doing anything to gain any glory, no tournaments or anything, it's basically up to rank 3, which is more than I think all of my previous playthroughs put together. We can create a new accolade. Probably not going to bother with that for the time being. Such a man at arms. Yeah, that's a fair point. Do we have anywhere good to put my onagers? No, but this is a good question. Maybe we could do something with Alexandria to turn that into a siege works, because that's always where we struggle, and then you can go sit over there. Perfect. Robbie, our daughter and current heir, can be educated by our guy. He's only intelligent, right, which isn't as good. We can, apparently, someone was saying, you can just send her to university when you offer a guardian. You'll remain her ward, and we get the benefit of that. Would it hurt? I don't think so. Send to university. She becomes your ward. She gets a better education than usual. This guy needs the help he gets. I mean, we're swimming in gold right now. Oh no, we've only got 1,500 gold left after that. I think that's very reasonable. Let's go ahead and pardon some people. We'll pardon our wife for being a fornicator. We're going to pardon our friend. Because this guy, listen, he's compassionate, humble, gregarious. You know, he'll look the other way for his friends that he probably quite likes. Probably is surrounded. He just needs people to reassure him in life. In fact, we're friends with Elrond, aren't we? So it's quite nice. What else have we got going on here? Nothing valuable. I think at this point, ransoming out prisoners. I could be doing that all day. At this point, everything's fine. Court physician is quite important. So let's go ahead and have a look at some of our court ranks here before I totally say, yeah, we're good, let's move on. Master of the Hunt, be quite good to go for, especially given this guy's prowess and mighty figure. Is it better to just not have a bodyguard? It's almost not worth the money if they're going to be bad, right? Average I can deal with. There you go, that's all right. There we go. Nice and tidy. And everything else is just things that will happen through the passage of time. Nothing that needs our urgent attention. Boom, strategist. Very nice, very happy with that. We could start working on Gallant, I suppose. Couldn't really hurt. Night effectiveness up by 75%. The Acolyte Glory again, if any character's going to do that. This guy seems quite appropriate. You got to bear in mind, in Elven standards, he's also very, very young. He's a child in the grand scheme of things. So, honestly, the mercenaries have really bailed us out. I think let's go for some of his personal benefits, though. Vanguard Sentinel, then maybe Commander afterwards, because I feel like this guy will be on the Vanguard pretty much non-stop. We're never going to get a commander as good as him. Terribly bored, waiting for our honorary guest to eventually turn up, meandering through the swamps over there. Hey, you know what we could do with this massive amount of cash? We could see if someone's got a martial book they're not using that perhaps they'd like to sell to us to help us build up our martial faster. Which one is it? It's modifier and then martial lifestyle experience. There we are. Cool. So by rarity. 30% from that one, 30% from that one, 15% from that one. Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm sure we could try and buy one or two of these. Someone would be willing to. Oh, yeah, preferably within Diplo range, though. Hey, got one. Sadly, all the really good stuff is either out of Diplo range or no one's willing to part with it. This one still gives 10% for 59 gold. I think that's worth buying. I'm looking at the ones that are heavily damaged because they're more willing to sell them if they're falling apart. Book of Elven Chivalry, I bet we'll be able to get that one, too. Okay, hey, what have you got for me? Minus 16, you shit. That one's falling apart. Martial lifestyle experience up by 10% here. This guy will almost certainly sell it to it. Look at it, there's nothing left. Castle and its servants, yes, fine. Very low durability, that's okay, I can repair it. We're good. What else we got here? Art of Strategy, 5%. I'm not going for anything less than 10%. I mean, some of these books give 30%, so I'd really like something slightly better, but that's okay. Oh, hello. That one gives a little bit of prestige as well. Elven Manual of Martial Arts. Will you sell that to me, if you don't mind? You good? Minus 3. God damn it, it's so hard to find them. Iridescent Stone is still 10% and Martial +1. That'll do. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's get those repaired and equipped. We don't necessarily need the relay equipped or anything like that. The martial lifestyle experience so we can blitz through these things a lot faster would be a lot more valuable, I think. What else have we got? Intrigue? Intrigue? What is this one? Oh, to be fair, the fertility book, if that was what that was, we should probably put that back. Other than that, though, not really too bothered. Yeah, much better. And 30% extra martial experience, and then that 10% fertility book back, like I said. Beautiful. It's not massive. It's a drop in the ocean, realistically, but it'll help. It'll help a little bit. The Duchy of Alwahat. Beautiful. Thank you. As me saying, oh, while we wait for the feast. The feast has not happened. We're still waiting on the bloody feast. So let's get you on... Let's get back on Undermine on this one over here. Let's go grab the Eastern Desert. Then we'll go for... bear in mind, we are at truce with Toulouse. And then Valois will wait till... We'll probably wait till last, because I feel like that one's steeped in a bit more history. There's a lot more of a long-term problem associated with that. It feels right to take that one last, you know? Finally, the feast has bloody begun. I don't think the honorary guest turned up, did he? Oh, no, he's actually here. Amazing. Welcome, friends. Right, everything for prestige. And immediately, he's far too humble, so he's giving the credit to other people. You shitbag. This is where I want to be. Good folk to mingle here with, to be seen with the great and good. Oh, no. We can't take the prestige because he's gregarious and humble. He just wants to mingle with people. Okay, every guest with at least one trait in common with you gains 20 opinion. Might be a good way to steal some artifacts too, or buy some artifacts. Together we can eat an entire horse, or I bet I can out-eat her. We could wound ourselves by eating too much. No, no, no. Let's just become friends. Speaking of becoming friends, if we could befriend... I wonder why that stopped. Did we befriend him before that? Valyria deserves all the credit. Oh, God, 44 stress because we're humble. Do you know how hard it is to get prestige as a humble man? How very annoying. On the plus side, we got 200 there. Crack open the secret stores. Nice, because he's a reveler. Beautiful. There we go. One more feast, and we're basically out of it. And with that, it's done. There you go. Minus 91. That's a good start. We've really put a dent in it there. What have you got for me? Your wards can get additional skills and become your friends. I think that's good. Yeah, let's go for that one first. Then I think we'll immediately head off and again, just go on an adventure. Following our footsteps. Trying to uncover what our destiny really is, or what our destiny has been effectively made for us, right? In the 8 months it takes to set up this expedition, I'm confident we can probably just win this war. So, why not? Honestly, why not at that point? Hello? You're at an activity already. War does, in fact, count as an activity. God damn it. I mean, honestly, fair enough, given that I want this guy leading the troops anyway, right? So, chivalric dominance. Very nice. 75% extra knight effectiveness. We have quite a lot of knights. Obviously, our prestige will equal out when we've fully reinforced. Are we fully reinforced? That's good. So we know about minus 9.7 a month, which is really not that good. You want the marble scepter of Jura? No. Come and take it. Shall we marry another Gwynthorne? Just in case the first one doesn't pay off, of course. We could betroth a long-term marriage. She's 8, so we'd be waiting quite a few years. But again, with that Aphrodite, we're very much encouraging that chance at 4 bloodlines. So I'm gonna give that one a go. Again, long-term investment. Horrible way to discuss marrying an 8-year-old, but there we are. Yes, okay, we'll help you. No, but I can manage things from the expedition. We're fine. And then the other bloodline we need was, oh no. One of the large villages of Damietta, a respected elder, recently passed away. Grandfather's blessings for 8 years. Now, somebody wanted to have a look at the development map because of our cultural tradition, so I'll take a look at that in a second too. So what are we lacking? Just the blue bloodline now then, huh? Well, we're married to 2 members of House Gwynthorne and 1 member of House Thunderell. I think you can see where I'm going with this. I don't like it, but this was destiny. House Thunderell. This was our destiny as decided. Can we arrange a marriage with our own daughter? It's a horrible thing to even say. Arrange marriage, her to... We can't. Why? I mean, she is only 2, to be fair, so maybe that's not such a problem. We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about that later. We could marry 3 Gwynthorne and then just divorce them when the time comes. Ugh. All right, go on then. Go on then. I'm not gonna... I mean, she is beautiful. I mean, that'll do. Again, chip off the old block there. Give it a go. Earning respect on... Oh, Elrond's here. Really? Oh, he's come with us to the expedition. Oh, well, that's fun. Why are they all sharpening their daggers? I feel like Caesar. What was that? Sorry, what was that dynasty legacy we got? I didn't even have a chance to see it. Earning respect. Personal scheme power up by 25%. Diplomacy lifestyle experience up by 10%. Fine. And again, it does look as if the AI is just going to blitz through... 1 tree at a time. Personal scheme power increase. Interesting. Well, our wife is homosexual. That doesn't mean we can't try and seduce someone else. Humble and gregarious. But of course, he does have that bloodline that gives fertility. Or at least intrigue, right? No, there is one that gives fertility somewhere. Yeah, fertility. There we are. Scheme against your lovers plus 30. In that case, let's go to Duchess Arandra. And let's see if maybe we can seduce. We're traveling. Okay, we can't do anything. Until this expedition, put a pin in that. We'll come back to it later. Development map mode, then. You wouldn't really tell a huge amount of difference, unfortunately. Iceland clearly leaps and bounds ahead of Scandinavia there. Faroe Islands haven't really changed too much. I mean, a lot of places with high development that I'd expect to see probably at this point in the game, like the Highlands especially. The Highlands coming down through the kind of neck of Britain there. Yeah, but even then, I wouldn't say it's like particularly crazy. Everything seems about as I would expect. Here we are. Expedition finds nothing. Maybe tomorrow? Now, bear in mind, we've supposedly found everything at this... Oh, we've triggered a trap. Supposedly we found everything at this place, which is why it became a holy site. So let's see if we can still get treasure from visiting. Oh, we found a blade. Okay, fair enough. So we could break that down for some gold, if necessary. Trial of prowess. Okay, so technically the blind, infirm man is a better fighter. Yes. I guess we learn from the best. And there he goes. The unstoppable Elrond. My god, remember, league of his own when it comes to prowess. Blessed by the spark itself. There's no other question for it. There you go. Development for Cairo is always quite nice. We're doing it for the adventure opponent more than anything. Oh god, okay. Elrond's here to give us advice. She's going to choose peasant. In that case, we will play bandit. My lord, she's going to choose noble. We'll go priestess. She's going to choose king. We'll play peasant. She's going to choose priestess. We'll play queen. And that should be victory, right? There you go. Beautiful. Thank you. And another 25 development for Cairo. How much money have you got? Could I have a crumb of that, fella? Just like a little crumb of that. You get the trait Eager Adventurer. There you go. Beautiful. Marshal per level of fame. So what was the man-at-arms maintenance cost? We've got to hit level 1. So in about 3 or 4 expeditions, I kind of expect us to be in the right place for that. So definitely make sure that is firing whenever available. Oh, of all the wives, Duchess Valeria was not the one I expected there. So it still could happen without him having to marry his daughter, which is always a positive. Now that we're home, there's nothing else for it. Oh, well done. Okay, you've started a peasant faction. I'd like the duchy, though, if you don't mind. Let's take what is rightfully ours. Sorry? Don't I get a duchy up? Look at come on the duchy. Oh, it's split. Oh, for God's sake. Well, if we get the duchy, that should... Wait, what? There is no duchy? What about the duchy? You've got it. Oh, Valois has it. Why? Declare war. Your claims. Duchy of Al-Wahat. How frustrating. And if we do that, we take a fame penalty. Ugh. Well, let's not do that. Oh, for God's sake. How has that happened? Well, maybe they'll usurp it at some point. Who knows? Do we have any other claims we can press? We've only got that one. Of course, that one's basically pointless. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Well, we can be a bit more patient. There is, of course, a way we can get prestige. We could go and do a little raiding. You're at war. I can't do a damn thing. I'm trapped. We're trapped in this bureaucracy. Hunt. We're going on a hunt. We're going on a hunt. It's all terrible. It's all terrible to hunt in. Wow. Jesus. Is it really all this bad? Oh, my God. Okay. Sure, there's no point going anywhere other than Cairo then, is there? If it's all equally as terrible to hunt the creature. Now, as a prowess character raised by a man who loved hunting, you'd assume he might have some inclination towards that, but he's also humble. So maybe if we get the opportunity to hunt a lion, we say, no? We'll see what the stress gain is and maybe decide either way at that point. Emperor Elrond has become your new liege after inheriting titles from Emperor Elrond. He is dead. Oh my God, one of the last things he did was go on an expedition with us. Died in this mysterious circumstances. Someone had him assassinated? What the fuck? Who would have assassinated him? And now, it's Elrond II. Oh my God, look at Elrond II though. Disfigured, cancer, one-eyed, maimed. He's a high elf. Herculean, quick, handsome, oh, God. Disputed heritage. Wow, this guy's got a bloody story, hasn't he? Chancellor of Germania. Chancellor? I mean, we do have 28 diplomacy, I suppose. Sure. Sure. Okay. We will be humble and offer our services to somebody who requests them without taking offense that he's not chosen our clearly better skill. What do you think the damage is then? Francia splitting off? Yep, we knew that was going to happen. Castile splits off. Oh, was unexpected. Germania still controls Oh. You see the problem now. Oh my god, Emperor Þarþuþhaþhi the Stout. Oh, shit. So if I want to unite Egypt under one banner, if I want to take Sinai, if I want to take this province over here, Barca, under Toulouse, I would have to go to war with the big man himself. I would have to try and fight 64,000 troops, which is a little bit impossible. Oh, well, that is some real bullshit. Who would have assassinated him? Was it... Do you think it... No way could it have been our great-grandfather, the sadistic, patient man, who may have sat there for 100 years plotting the same plot to overthrow his grandfather. Oh, God. Well, that's fucking ruined a lot of things, hasn't it? That's really made things quite complicated. So we've got the Empire of Sylvania, under Emperor Melandia. Then we've got Emperor Elrond II as Germania. Then we've got Francia under Emperor Þarþuþhaþhi, the villain of our last two characters. Taking the spotlight is terrifying. Castile seems to have broken free. Oh, because it's the Empire of Castile, which consists of a chunk of France and a chunk of Spain. And then Al-Andalus, for some reason, is another separate empire consisting of Normandy. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I don't understand that either. What is Al-Sark? Oh, and then Al-Sark. Emperor Aranda the Strong split off as well. What the hell have you people done? This is a total mess. Oh, God. Okay, well, this is it, though. Maybe this is the wake-up call he needs. He can see that Þarþuþhaþhi, when he died, of course, the realm divided. Elrond brought a lot of it all back together, but when Elrond died, the realm was divided into maybe irreconcilable pieces. Robbie, what has she got? Curious, just, humble. Oh, Robbie, yes, just Robbie. You're going to follow in your great-grandfather Smeagol's footsteps and perhaps become an incredible diplomat. A daughter. Valyria? Is this a daughter with 4 bloodlines? If so... No! Okay, that was close. Bloodline of House Thunderell, Dalaran, and Valorith. We can marry this child, and that guarantees 2 at a minimum, with the 3rd and the 4th being less exclusive. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's fine. These things happen. I think one of his other wives is pregnant as well. Yeah. Arendra, so we may be looking at another Gwynthorne. I think the chance of inheriting all of those is going to be ridiculous, isn't it? It's going to be ridiculously low. I think maybe we jump into leadership now? The wars that we can declare, we can win. And I think it's time we manifest destiny and embrace what this character was always designed for. We're going dynasty focus. And we're going to go down the founder tree and hopefully reinforce some of those congenital traits. 10 extra % could be the difference between Duchess Elwyn. Okay, this may be the right choice then. This is clearly the moment to capitalize. Oh my god, this is a total mess. The duchy will soon fall to me. Beautiful. Unpressed claim on the Duchy of the Eastern Desert. Very nice. Okay, so we can take that. We take Al-Wahat. This is all working quite well. All we've got to do is come back from this hunt. What's going on with this hunt? Claim throne scheme against us? Never. You will never get this. I would like to see you try. We got 34 days. Smeagolf is back. Smeagolf has come back. Oh, great news. Oh, a burnt down watchtower. Ooh, rebuild it. Hostile rate time up by 10%. Level reinforcement rate 10%. Oh, the control growth alone is worth the 40 gold. Absolutely. I'm so glad Smeagolf has come back after all this time. Let's get out there. Let's hunt something with Vim. We go for a hyena. Okay, well, his humility doesn't impact the hunt, so that's always good to know. Let's go for our hyena then. You're acting like a child you'll be punished by one. Are we going to take off our belt and beat Count Eldrion? No. This one. There's no way for a counteract. Absolutely, he will be a mediator. It's his 2nd highest skill. Come on, just give us a bit of prestige. Tall Lady Chancellor. About Elena, my friend. No. Talk later. Talk later. Let's focus on the hunt here. Focus on getting a bit of prestige. Yes, we ride. We ride. If anybody's going to be able to corner and spear this hyena. Oh, God. Drive this rebel out of my hunting grounds. Oh, he's humble, though. The other ancient rites, I suppose. Oh, his humility actually doesn't affect into it. Okay, you know what? We're gonna drive them out then. Okay, fair enough. We're actually out of negative prestige now. The hyena is gone. We've failed the hunt. Well done. But on the plus side, we gained some leadership perk there. Leave the adventure behind. 233 prestige. There you go. We're out of the negative, so we can start doing something. You get the trait hunter. Good. That's a nice path to be set on. Okay. So obviously we've got to go eloquent authority immediately. Declare air is also going to be useful. Mesmerizing aura gives a 10% fertility. So then, the eastern desert. Absolutely. 7 prestige, well spent as far as I'm concerned. Maybe don't raise the armies there. Not going to make much of a difference. They're going to come up the Nile either way, aren't they? And they are calling in the Duchy of Al-Wahat as well. That's okay. A son called Elra. Are we looking at 4 bloodlines, though? No bloodlines. What the fuck? Genius, Titan, Adonic, High Elf, Spark, Prodigy. That's all well and good. Where's the bloodlines, my wife? Is this actually his kid? The chance of this kid getting no bloodline seems so... She's a fornicator. That's probably not his kid. It's probably not his kid. It's almost certainly not his child. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't believe it for a second. She's intelligent. He's intelligent. It is possible this kid... It's not outside the realms of possibility, even remotely, that this kid would have come out genius. But the fact they got no bloodline seems unbelievable. But there we are. I mean, we're still going to be designating our heir, so maybe it won't matter anyway. So I spent our prestige immediately on inviting some champions to court, because we do need some extra knights. If we've got that extra knight benefit from the martial tree, we might as well... Oh, that's sad. No babby to be formed. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, hello, fella. Would you like to join me as a knight? Because I've got a lot of money. And sadly, we're missing out on one of our major bonuses otherwise. If some more people would like to turn up, that would be amazing. Maybe at the very bare minimum, we can unite the rest of Egypt that we do not currently have. You will never get past this man. That was every single one of their troops destroyed. The slaughter at whatever. We lost 377. They lost 3,500 troops. Beautiful. Great work. So we've just got free reign to siege now, and that's basically it. What the hell's going on here? Hold on. 360, please. Walk away. What the hell do you think you're doing here? Another slaughter? No. Oh my god. I'm starting to see the benefits of such a decisive leader. Slaughter at Banasa. 26 men survived. Oh my fucking god. Well, this can make battle war score very easy. And in fact, it might make all of our wars very easy. If you remember, the problems before was the fact that we were fighting them, winning. Their army was bouncing away, coming back. We were fighting them and winning, but they were taking so few fatal losses that it was just slowing everything down, and we didn't get the opportunity to siege. Now he's got typhus. Oh, this is a roller coaster. Do no more than what is necessary. He's a strong man. He's a strong man groomed for rule. A simple disease, a human disease, won't be so quick to slow him down. Prowess perk then. Shield Bearer gives Defender advantage, Inspire Fear. Let's go for Shield Bearer then. Might as well go for the first rank of that, I think. Oh, and it was that easy. My god. Camp Fever is gone. This is what you get for leading the army, I suppose. Is it more likely to get typhus leading an army? I never really pieced that together before, but that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Your prisoner and cousin, Arista Fauca-Hyanda, has given birth to Alansar. Again, great. Nice to see you. Another genius elf. Another thing snatched away from us, much like our kingdom. Boy, I would really like some better siege weapons. What can we build in Alexandria here? Special building. Oh, Grand Cathedral, of course. Because it's a holy site, right? Have you got anything that gives, like, siege? Siege weapons. Military Academy seems like the obvious one, right? Marches is the opposite of what I want. Siege works. That's what we need. Let's go for that, then. What else we got here? Such amount of arms damage, 10% holding taxes. Maybe swap the blacksmiths out for... anything that might give siege... Oh, do we have anything that gives siege buildings? No, guess not. That's okay. I don't think that's terrible. Station men-at-arms damage plus 80%. That doesn't affect That doesn't affect siege weapons, right? I don't believe it does anyway. Yeah, and then everything else is just kind of standard. Don't suppose fishing net weavers affect my siege works, do they? No? That's okay. Again, it's going to give us a massive advantage, particularly if we do go out there and start raiding at some point, which, to be fair, it looks as if we might just be finally allowed to do so. And that should be it. Another one of the duchies. Oh my god, really? 95%. Oh, well, he's got some troops down there we can go and... surely we're at maximum battle war score. Yeah, we are. Oh, we got to siege something else. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, this is what the siege work is for. It's a long-term investment. It's going to pay off. Oh, God, before they can siege. Come on, come on. Finish it off, finish it off, finish it off. We've got this. We've got this in the bag. Boom. 100%. Nice. Okay. Very, very lovely to see. We're almost back together. That Francia split, though, is devastating. It's devastating. We're going to have to wait for him to die. So frustrating. Okay. Well, Al Wahab, we've got to get another claim on because the last duchy obviously fell through as well. Went to Francia, came back, so we don't have a claim on that currently anymore, which is a bit unfortunate. So I guess another expedition, try and reduce that man-at-arms cost. Alternatively, we could try and get a little prestige here and do some raiding. At long last, we finally have ample opportunity to do so. But prestige, think of the long-term play. Alright, think of the long-term play. Right now, it doesn't matter if we're lacking... We're realistically an upstart duke still carving his way out in the world, right? So let's not put it off anymore. Let's make that accolade now, then. Our archer, primary attribute, really? Because we've got quite a lot of archers. And then Politica. Grand Tours boost... I'm never going to do a Grand Tour. Huntsmaster, interesting. I like that. Idealist. Negotiating a white piece provides prestige. Interesting. Scoundrel, Skirmisher, or Vanguard. Ooh... Shame we haven't got any of those. Mercenary high cost minus 50%. Martial per stress level plus 5. Bloody hell. At the highest level, that would be insane. I think we'll go with Huntmaster, though. A little bit of archery, a little bit of hunting. Seems very elven in its approach. We can't afford it. Why even tell me I can make one when I cannot? 2 new perks. Beautiful. What have we got? Martial and leadership. Now, bear in mind, sorry, I probably should be mentioning this more, but of course, the reason we're getting quite frequently 2 perks simultaneously is because the mod setting on this, you can set it so you gain experience from this as kind of a secondary skill. So for leadership, for example, I believe stewardship and martial contribute to that, and then prowess, martial, and what, you know, kind of that effect. I don't think that's quite what it is, but that's basically how it works. Yes, fortunate predisposition for that 5%, please, fella. And then, Field of Blood. I do like Field of Blood. Increase your martial just by a flat 1, though. Ooh. Household Guard for another 4 knights, just as I'd filled up the knights that we got. 20 out of 21. Okay, that's good. Ooh, assertive rulers. Bloody hell, we are turning these legacies around fast, aren't we? Vassal limit plus 10. Short reign duration minus 20%. Vassals are less likely to join claimant factions. Court grandeur plus 5. Beautiful. Fine, thank you. Do you have anyone else I could recruit, or am I going to have to quite literally just wait for someone else to turn up? Here. 4. It's better just not to have anyone at all at that point. Duchess of Rende getting pregnant. Wow. Is she ever not going to be ill? What's happening? I've had a court physician all this time, right? I'm not going mad. I think I've been quite diligent about that. Yeah. I mean, this one's only average, but surely going to cure eventually. It's been years. And there it is, our final title that we can, I'm going to say, possibly gain in Egypt, unless somehow I can pull 60,000 troops out of my arse. Sadly, I'm afraid to say that's probably going to have to be that. Can we not just found a new kingdom, though? We absolutely can. Who's be independent? Oh, we absolutely cannot. Might be easier to get independence, though. 71,000 troops. We may be trapped as a duke. through circumstance. I mean, ultimately, we could try building up an intrigue character, use the claim throne scheme, abduct them, you know, really play a very underhanded, dastardly character to try and claw our way back up. It's very easy to do that. We can claw our way back up in no problem. What have you got going on here? You're humble, just, and greedy. Interesting. Humble and greedy is a bizarre combo that I don't really know how would play out. Callous. Callous is fine. You're blunt. Blunt, just, and humble, I think all work well. They all contribute to a kind of a cohesive personality, if nothing else. We basically have a non-stop influx of gold as well from all of the... Well, they're under negotiation right now. From all the ransoms. Isolde. 1 bloodline. Pathetic. Oh, no. This is where it all falls apart. Really, what we're going to have to do is marry whatever daughter gets the most bloodlines and rinse and repeat. keep solidifying it in, hoping that that random bloodline mutation occurs. Oh, so like we marry her, and again, we hope we get that one added to the other 3. Then we marry that offspring to House Gwynthorne, and we just keep trying that over and over and over. And there it is. That's your elf right there. It's a necessary evil, I'm afraid. Now, speaking of necessary evil, we're also getting a lot of rivals for people languishing in our prison. That's all it is. People that we've captured during warfare, and people that have been at the bottom of the list of ransoms. You know, I'm ransoming people out. Oh, God, no, it's the gamble. Oh, it's the gamble. A large weapon in a sheath. Absolutely. I'll take a small lockbox. And then, a piece of armor. And then, we leave. Good gamble. Good gambles today. Well done, squad. Great work. Good job. We got ourselves some armor, which I'm a very big fan of. Both give the same. Prestige 0.1 per month. Brilliant. It did say a weapon in a sheath, but I think we actually got 2 sets of armor, which is fine. Maybe we took the sheath and not the weapon. Hello. Count Galandil of Siwa is our best. Look at his face. That is the soy jack pointing face if I've ever seen it. I'm much better. Boil and die. You know what your problem is, Stone Knight statue? No? Well, let me tell you. You launch into a blistering spiel about the Stone Knight statue's failings. We get 145 prestige. Done. And then, listen. This is the perfect way to sum up this man. He is naturally gifted in martial, but he was still raised by the greatest living diplomat, and possibly the greatest diplomat who will ever live, Smeagol. You got to play to both sides. And now, we'll kick his ass after insulting him. The double flex. I actually think that's a beautiful play. Aspiring Blademaster is fantastic. Paris plus 3 and a small health boost. This has been a great bit of character building for Þarþuþhaþhi today. If I've been calling him Elra, I certainly hope not. Very confusing naming scheme we've got going on. Lots of overlap. Not to mention we've already had a Þarþuþhaþhi, so it's all... Ooh! A spark crystal. Oh my god. Your party finds what appears to be a well-furnished laboratory. Against the back wall is a long table covered with warm parchments filled with unintelligible notes. On the table, your eyes are immediately drawn to a well-decorated hinged box made of some unknown ornate wood. Upon opening the lid, you are amazed to find a beautiful spark crystal. A grand find indeed. Ah, that's beautiful. Thank you for that. We're not going to equip it, but that's still nice. Valeria is pregnant again. What a man. Please don't die on this expedition. My god. And we got nothing else. But you know what? I think that was a good adventure. I think we got some good stuff with that. And of course, moving up to almost that first level of eager adventure. Then our prestige is going to be in a really, really nice place. We still can't go raiding because we've been called into yet another freaking war. On the plus side, time for a feast. And by the time the feast comes off of cooldown... Sorry, by the time we've finished the feast, it will most likely be time for us to go on another expedition because those are only 12-month cooldown. So we're getting like an awful lot done today in this kind of lull. This is the calm before the storm, I think. Stewardship lifestyle perk. Okay, that was unexpected. Fair enough. Have we got any so far? Yeah, none at all. Okay. Demand payment for hooks? I mean, it sucks, but in some ways you could argue that's kind of humble. And he is gluttonous too, and with that money we can fund feasts and more booze. And it's kind of humble to be like, okay, instead of using your hook for some grand political gain or aspiration, I'll just... Okay, just pay me off. We'll just call it even, you know? You pay me... I'll get this one, you get the next one. You know, that kind of that behavior, that's a very humble thing to do. Saying as someone who does that quite a lot in real life. I understand the irony. I think that is very humble. That's a very humbling thing to do right there. So, you know, we find out they've murdered someone, and then we're just going to be like, okay, listen, let's not make a big deal about it. You just give us some money, and we'll just turn the other cheek. That's very humble. Well, I mean, if you describe it like that, it certainly sounds very humble, doesn't it? Another bloody daughter. Aravena, may you grow strong and wise. I didn't even check that one. I didn't have high hopes for it. Oh! Bloodline of House Thunderell. Okay, well, that's good, if nothing else. 3 months until the feast begins. Sorry, was that someone else in my prison or someone else demanding artifacts? You would never get this. I'm sorry, it's never going to happen. Keep trying, though. Elra has become pensive. This child will not be our heir. I cannot go from collecting 3 bloodlines to none over the course of a generation. It undoes centuries of good work. You will be educated in stewardship. You will help out the realm, and that will be your life. You will not be educated by our current character, mainly because he's already got 2 kids that he's educating, but also, you know, he's got other stuff to do. Nobody wants to educate this damn kid, apparently. Huh. Acceptance? Wow, no one wants to educate this kid. Why? Choose award. Him? Swap? There. That's better. New leadership perk. There we go. There we go. Hold on. Destiny's balance. Right, so we've got 10% chance extra to our bloodline inheritance plan. Is there any way I can turn money into prestige except for commissioning epics and having a shitload of feasts? Have a grand tournament, I suppose, and win it. That actually might be a really good idea. I think we'll try that in a second. Ah! Us and Duke Eravandil bonded after eating, drinking, and talking during a feast. Obviously, sadly, we can't pick the far more important prestige option, but that will do. We get enough prestige from a feast anyway. We're going to be at least plus 100 up by the time it's all said and done. There we are. Beautiful. Finish the feast. Maybe we'll hold that grand tournament then. It's such a long-term investment that... How long have we got until our expedition? 54 days. Let's just wait for the expedition. And that will take us up to that first level of adventurer, which will cut our... not pilgrim, sorry. It's one of these. Eager adventurer. There we are. That will cut down our man-at-arms maintenance by 25% gold, though. Hold on. Hold on. Have I been lied to by the comments? I took it just at face value, but I never considered it. Maybe it does apply prestige to that. We'll test it. We'll actually try and make an accurate observation this time instead of just assuming it works. Before that, there is, of course, the small matter of Al-Wahat, the final possible Egyptian duchy for us to conquer and add into our realm. Dare I say it, or try and add into our realm, at which point the realm will sadly almost certainly splinter on our character's death, much as it did with Smeagolf. Unless something terrible happens to Francia first, which in theory it should statistically, right? They're a lot older than us, they've got a lot more enemies than us. They'll either die of old age or assassination long before then, I'd hope. Problem is, I think they've also got like 60 martial. Emperor Thaldir does in fact have, sorry, diplomacy is what I meant, 62 diplomacy there. Jesus. This is going to be another slaughter. Oh. Yes, you could describe it as that. Yeah, that'll do it. Thank you. Good battle. Good war. Beautiful. What a time to be alive. That is everything unified back under our banner, with the exception of the two places that we can't touch. Better when we didn't have Seaware anyway, so not a problem. And that was quite quick to tidy all that up, I think. Let's go for our final expedition then. Do we want to go somewhere else? We haven't been to Sirhan. Why don't we actually travel to get our adventurer perk? That might make some sense. Do a little detour on the way back and hit all these important sites. We're right next to Petra, and we just haven't apparently visited there before, so we'll give that a go. Do we need any... Oh, there's no dangers on the route. You're fine. Nothing could possibly harm this man. He's unstoppable. Oh my god, at long last, an intrigue perk. Holy shit. Prevented a feud from happening in town. Yes, please do. Mediate some negotiations. Put that diplomacy skill to good use. 30% extra fertility like weeds in a garden. Amazing. Peasant factions are... So what I've decided that we might as well do is try and get a claim on those other two missing provinces for Egypt. That way the second Francia splinters, we can capitalize on it straight away and leave nothing else to chance. Oh, Robbie's done with her university studies. Oh, she came out a virtuoso arbitrator. Oh, well, fantastic. Good for her. Right, really amazing work there. Should we put her on the council? She is way better. Sorry, Failmere. Oh, we can't. Can we not? Wait, hold on. Robbie is 22 diplomacy. We can't. Still not allowed. On the plus side, though, this does make a very fair point that there are far better people than Failmere. Sorry, Failmere. Our steward is going to be unbeatable. What about a marshal? Surely we've got a better marshal. Oh, yeah, look at this guy. Elrond. Beautiful. And then Alara. Again, very, very hard to beat. That's good. A very, very powerful council on our side now. Immediately, Babby is formed. Duchess Arendra gained the trait pregnant. I was going to say, we should have a massive amount of fertility at this point. What? No. Samelfa Carter has died. She died of measles. Oh my god, my stomach twists and writhes in silent agony as the body of my daughter is borne past me. Physicians and healers work from dawn till dusk to save her, but their grim faces told me told everyone more than they would say. So young, so full of promise. Oh, well that's terrible, given that she was one of the few to actually have that important blue bloodline. Oh! They call you Duke Þarþuþhaþhi the Jovial. Spectacular, is it not? The lips of peasants and noble alike. Oh, well that's really good. We got a good nickname. Well, that's fun. The Jovial, I hope they don't mean it in like a mocking way. That we haven't got much going on upstairs. We're always so happy and joyful. Here we go, then. We've got ourselves a riddle. Pronounced as one letter, written as three. Two letters are there, two are in me. I'm double, I'm single, I'm black, blue, and grey. I'm red from both ends. And the same either way. I'm going to assume it's I, based solely on that final clue. Pronounced as one letter, written with three. That's I. Two letters are there. There are two E's, and only one in me. That's true. I'm double, I'm single, I'm black, I'm blue and grey. It's definitely I, isn't it? The palindrome should be a massive giveaway, given there's only one bloody palindrome up there. Excellent. My people will learn from this. Fine. More development. That's what we love to see. Expedition finds nothing. That's okay. That's okay. We're here for the adventure more than anything else. To learn about our people and to, again, try and really get to grips with our destiny. We have unlocked righteousness. General opinion plus 10 and max sway schemes plus 1. Is it that useful? General opinion plus 10, I suppose, reduces factions for us. I will face him. Absolutely. Absolutely shit talk. Get that prestige off the bat and then kick his ass in a single swing. What a beautiful man. And that's, of course, more Blademaster experience, too. These expeditions are always worth going on. Like, the second we get it, we head out. Obviously, when we've maxed out Adventurer. When we've maxed out... Hold on, then. Hold on. Adventurer. Does it say up there? No. How baronies, counties, duchies, elven duke spirits of humans fought thirst, prevented a feud. Legis Chancellor, Foreign Affairs, Ascended Tribal, Papal Tiara, Elven Mail, Battle Axe, Tender Touch. That's the artifact. Warfare, the Fauca-Hyanda Chronicon, Personal Champion, Court Chronicler. Controversial errors lowered. So now we get the trait, right? We level up to level 1. There you go. Man-at-arms maintenance minus 25%. Has that made any difference? Minus 10.84. It's made absolutely no fucking difference. I think we've just been bamboozled. Maybe it hasn't updated yet. 10.84. I think that's exactly the same. I will admit I was reading the different subsections. If it has changed, by all means, please do point that out. I'm running on fumes at this stage. So, yeah, anatomical studies for better court physicians is absolutely the type of thing this guy would pick, given that he was just presented with, sadly, the body of his only begotten daughter. One of his many only begotten daughters, anyway. Galadrim. That's a powerful name. Obviously, I'll give him an Egyptian-themed one. 3 bloodlines. Oh! Okay. Good. Different 3 bloodlines to what we've got. But 3 bloodlines is 3 bloodlines. Give him a name off the list. Give him a name off the list. Bring me my Egyptian names. Here. That one's pretty... Oh, man, a lot of these are still going to want to save them for, like, the really high-tier ones. Here. We will go for Elpophis. That's powerful. Elpophis. Hard to spell. May you grow strong and wise, my son. Beautiful. And, oh, okay. Increase our martial by 1 and get 150 prestige from a random event. Beautiful. Here we are, then. Oh, we visited the ancient portal ruins. Did you see that? That's funny. We might become a gardener? You're also getting down to earth. Well, he is humble. You're getting down to earth for 10 years. That seems very appropriate. Obviously, that's a pun, and they mean that literally. He's down to earth as in he is on the ground gardening, rather than... You understand, I'm sure. We moving? What's happening? We're delayed. Probably because he was gardening for a little while. Beautiful. Now, we are going to wrap things up here today, because we've overran massively, and that we haven't really got a kind of final big point that we're going to be making today. I still don't think it's time to be raising the portal. I don't really think the situation we're in, we can go in any direction, right? Can pardon Elra. He's a diplomat. Let's do it. Let's pardon him. I think our main and current focus, then, is working on Þarþuþhaþhi, as we have been. His adventurer perk, of course, is going to be maybe not as valuable as I expected, but still quite good. Working on Hunter, having the feast, keeping him out of that prestige debt, maybe going raiding if that's even remotely possible, just keeping him going, and more importantly, trying with these bloodlines. We finally got a 3 bloodline character. It is only a matter of time. You just got to keep rolling the dice, and eventually we're going to get what we're here for. Look at him, pretending he can read. What a silly boy. That's not also how you would write a book. That's clearly a finished tome that you're taking a quill to. He's a very strange man. He understands sword and bash. Okay? He doesn't necessarily understand books so much. And we'll leave it there for today. Thank you, of course, for joining me. Thank you for watching. If you have any kind of short-term suggestions, because we're in a bit of limbo right now. Again, the calm before the storm, and the storm, unfortunately, might only occur when Francia splinters, and that could be a long time. And short of just sitting here waiting for expeditions and babies to be born, maybe we need a new temporary, but again, short-term goal to keep all of our attention for a little while. Of course, thank you for joining me. Thank you to the Elf Destiny creator. Go and have a look on Steam, play along, start a dynasty of your own. And of course, that new succession mechanic they announced for the next CK3 DLC or patch or whatever it is will have basically the same thing as what we're doing. The game will pick random characters that are interesting based on a score for you to play, and you can play as one of those instead. So they've quite literally taken the exact idea for our sweet series. I have no Patreon names for today because we're at the end of our list, so we'll be resetting tomorrow, and I need to go to bed. Goodbye.